86 people die, hundreds and hundreds injured. This is not downtown Damascus or somewhere in Iraq. This is in Ankara, in Turkey. These are people who are marching for peace. It's not just in Ankara. It's not just in other parts of the Middle East. It's very much at the heart of the Palestinian extremist cause to incite dreadful acts of violence, stabbings in the streets of Jerusalem, Tel Aviv, in places which you felt safe until recently. Driving through Israel is no longer feasible without concern about who or what might come at you. I mean, the incitement is quite depraved. Here are children being persuaded to act violently against their enemy. And this is not a peaceful process. This is a government, the Palestinian government, who want to see blood, Jewish blood on the streets. Any blood as well. Even their own, if it's in the name of some sort of martyr. This is how we defend ourselves. When threatened by a Palestinian woman with a knife, we shoot her. We didn't actually kill her in this instance, but we did shoot. This is just normal life now in Israel. And so the Third Intifada is upon us, and we are taking the worst of pain in the streets of Jerusalem and Tel Aviv. People going about their business are no longer safe. People travelling on the roads of Israel are probably no longer safe. And people like Moshe Feiglin, who is a right-wing member of the Knesset, are now getting a voice like they never have previously. A voice which talks to clearing the streets of Gaza and paying the Palestinians to go if they don't want to live by the rule of Israel.
The IDF will designate certain open areas on the Sinai border adjacent to the sea in which the civilian population will be gathered far from the built-up areas that are used for rocket launches and tunneling. In these areas, tent encampments will be established until relevant immigration destinations are determined. Electricity and water supply to the formerly populated areas will be disconnected. Are those your words?
Definitely.
I find it interesting that it is Chabad who is hosting Moshe Feiglin here in Melbourne, and that perhaps we have a religious body now who wishes to support a fairly right-wing opinion. That opinion reflected in his comments about the Temple Mount and how central that is to the future of Israel.
So it's about time that somebody will understand, and I'm not talking about the Jews who understood it all the time, that either they can at least live with both sides in peace, or yes, we are at war. And there's a third option as well. We can just run away from Jerusalem. But let me tell you something. If we run away from the Temple Mount does not belong to us. Jerusalem does not belong to us. And also Yaffo, where we're sitting right now, does not belong to us.
There are some 11 Zionist groups here in Melbourne who have spoken against Moshe Feiglin's visit, including that of Keshet. Jonathan Barnett, the president, has said that Feiglin's views are diametrically opposed to the rest of ours here in Melbourne. Perhaps one of the opinions we've got in common with Moshe Feiglin is the work he's done around medical cannabis, the use of cannabis in succeeding where so many other drugs have failed.
I read somewhere that it started when your father was critically ill. Can you tell us, because you don't exactly fit the mold of pro-cannabis politician.
In the Knesset, when I dealt with medical cannabis, I saw people that got cured by medical cannabis, got cured from cancer. I mean, I saw it with my own eyes. It is not just stories anymore. It is recognized more and more all over the world.
What would it be like if we just decided to unplug, wherever we are in the world, unplug, put off our phones, pull out our computers and just chill for maybe 24 hours perhaps? Why don't we call it Shabbat? And perhaps a few people before us have done that, and to good effect, because whether you just want a cup of tea, whether you are praying to Allah, or some other god, whatever your preference. The reality is that you can spend a weekend just like the Jews, completely detached from normality and, well, doing something very, very different. I've been following one particular lady whose name is Tiffany Schlein. She's got some great ideas as to why we should just keep Shabbat.
But with all these new delicious technologies today, when do we ever get the space to take time off? I mean, doesn't it feel like you're always being distracted or beeped at or tweeted or... I mean, I just feel like I'm influenced by so many different things. I feel like I'm in an emotional pinball machine. It just seems like a good idea to have one day where no one gets to affect your mood except yourself and the people that you love right around you.
So we have coming up Friday the 23rd of October at sunset. Shabbat begins right through Saturday the 24th of October 2015. Your opportunity to get unplugged, disconnect yourself from the rest of the world. If we do nothing else, just abandon your phone and the internet for 24 hours. Start to feel what so many people across the Jewish world are feeling every single Saturday and enjoy. Have a great week.